Yeah, I think Eric told me a lot of the comics, a big group of them moved up north, right?
Yeah, Chicago and New York, and it was great to see. Every now and then you'll see other comics in that area kind of notice that there was a group from North Carolina. Now, like I remember one of my friends, I think Deha, shared a tweet that somebody sent. It was like I'm tired of all these funny NC comics in the scene, like a New York comic shit like that. So that's a really cool thing to be a part of.
Did you move up there too, or?
Yeah, moved up there with Alex and Dehaj. Yeah. I really hope you can have Dehaj on too. He's
we'll definitely get him on. Yeah.
Oh, he's a great hang. One of the funniest, just natural dudes to be around. I moved up there with them. I think it was like 2019, like late 2019 when we moved up there.
Okay,
so it's pretty cool experience.
Now, did you move back here because of the pandemic, or?
Pandemic and spoiler alert, cancer.
Yeah.
Came down here for the cancer. And I mean the pandemic didn't help because the city was shut down. Before the pandemic, I don't know if anybody's described like open mics in New York, but it's nonstop every night. It starts. I think it starts at like 12 in the afternoon to like 11 o'clock at night. Just mic.
Awesome.
And there's the popular website is freemics.com, something like that. And they do mics for big cities like Denver, LA, New York. You go on there, you see what's happening every week. How to get on, how to sign up. And essentially what a lot of people do is like as soon as they get out of work, they start, going to all the spots, going to the bars. Nothing but open mic comics. Okay? You're not the only way, unless you start to actually like make a name for yourself in New York, the only way you're going to get in front of an audience is to pay. Like there are certain shows. Broadway Comedy Club, I can't remember the name of it, does something like that where you have to pay, either bring 3 people, which is 2 drink minimum and $20, so it's a lot of money, or you pay for that. But you get to go up in front of a real fucking New York crowd. That's cool, though. And you get a tape from it. Yeah, it's really cool. But unless you're doing that, all the mics, it's just nothing but comics who leave as soon as you go up. They don't even pretend to give a fuck, man. Bro. Yeah. They don't even pretend. And a lot it's bucket. Almost all the mics are buckets, so you just write your name in, you go in the bucket, and then they pull it out. But, I mean, it's run by comics who are, despicable human beings. So they're going to, like, pick out friends. Like, hey, man, I'm trying to make this mic. I'm trying to go see this girl. So, like, pick their name out. And you end up, if you don't know nobody or got no connections, you're going to go last. But it's cool. It was fun to, like, start paying your dues and really realize when we got up there that, like, oh, we're not funny. We were doing it for, like, 3 years. We, for some reason, had a name for ourselves here in the comedy scene, but when we got up there, it's like, oh, we're trash. We're not funny, which you need.
Starting over, yeah.
Yeah. You think you can keep yourself humble, but then you really get like a face of reality, and that's when you really got to swallow your pride and be like, okay, I need to be a better writer.
Did you get to do any live performances up there though with crowds?
I did a couple. I got lucky to get in a couple. Dehaj and Alex got in a few too. It sucks because it was just starting to happen. At least for Dehaj and Alex, they were really making a name for themselves up there.
What's Alex's last name?
Alex Garrison. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. He's another really, really funny comic. He won UCC. I don't know if you guys have talked about it, that competition that Jenny does.
I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it yet, but
yeah. He won that, and we used to do rap battles.
Who's the other guy that's here in town now that had moved up there?
Dehaj.
No, the other guy. Really young dude, young white guy. He's like 20 probably. 23.
That might be Alex. That might be the one we're talking about. I'm not sure.
Maybe. What? I thought he had a different last name though. He was at one of the open mics 2 weeks ago, I believe. I think he may have been in Chicago or something.
Oh, might be Nick Cartwright. That might be who you're thinking of.
No, not Nick. Or Boston or something. I don't know. He's funny though. He was really funny too.
Yeah. No, it'll definitely. If you gotta either love comedy or get good at it up there to keep doing it, because it'll beat it into you.
Yeah. Yeah, up there, I guess it's probably just a consistency game too, right?
Yeah.
You gotta last.
Yeah. Oh, and it was hard to find like time to write. If you're a writer, because like when we first started doing, when we got up there, because we were just so overwhelmed by mics, we just started going out, but we don't have that prep time that you do when you're doing comedy here.
Yeah.
Because like even if you're trying to do multiple mics a night here, you're driving to a lot of them, so that gives you time to like really think, kind of like edit shit.
Yeah.
Over there, you got no time to think because even in the metro, you got chickens on your face, so you can't concentrate.
Yeah.
So I was just going up, not writing, not really prepping, and it was a lot of like and what else, and like how did this go, type of shit.
Seems like it'd be good though, like you'd get better throughout the night.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have that type of brain. Dehaj definitely did. That's
kind of how it worked.
Yeah. sort of off the cuff type, like I'll just make it work in the moment. I really need time to like hammer out the fucking.
Well, I need that, but I think if I could, I wish we had a few stacked mics here, because I feel like you're going to get better at each mic you go to. If you're working on a certain piece of material that night,
yeah,
you know, you could do it at the first one and then kind of polish it off there, and then get better as you.
Oh yeah, that was great. And there was a point in time, I remember I was getting no fucking sleep, where you would start at Monday and go to Thursday, and it would be a Monday mic at Monstercade. Tuesday would be, I think, Laughing Gas. Wednesday would be Gatsby's, and then Thursday was always the Idiot Box. And by Thursday, I was in the back of the Idiot Box, like sleeping before I went out, because I was so fucking tired. Yeah. And it was like that for a good month and a half. And I remember when I first started, I don't think I'm that good at comedy.
Oh, you're good, man.
I'm okay. Yeah. I could definitely be better and more consistent. But I remember when I started, I was fucking trash. Okay, I was bad. People wanted me to quit. I was just, it was pride. It wasn't even the love for the game. It was pride at that point. I was like, fuck you, I'm staying just to annoy y'all. I was bad at it because I wasn't trying. I would do one mic like every 2 weeks. I would come out, hang out with the comics. My head wasn't really in it. But Alex and Deha started doing it. So I was doing it before them. I think I might have had a year on them. And when they started doing it, I remember I saw both their first sets, and it was outstanding. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was nothing as funny as they are now, but it was like, for it to be their first time, everybody in the crowd took notice.
Right.
I remember Alex walking off, and the people in the back of the bar, they were like, "Oh my God, what's his name?" Like, that dude was good. So I made friends with them because they were like cool, and they were really easy to talk to. And then I would talk to them on and off at mics. I remember I saw them like a month or 2 months later, and they were so good, they were already better than me. And I know it was objectively better than me. Like, I felt it in that moment. And it was another one of those reality checks of like, all right, motherfucker, you ain't shit. So I knew that in order for me to get to that level, I had to be just consistent about comedy and writing. So I just forced my way into their group. Because it was just those two driving the mics. So I was like, hey, what's up, guys? Can I join you? And they were cool. So they said, yeah. I started doing mics with them. And just because I got so tired of on the drives after the mics, them cheering me up about my bomb. I got so sick of them being like, bro, remember that? I mean, you remembered the bit. You remember that? You remember how you got it right this time? Like, I got so tired of them just babying me feel okay. I just got better.
That's what makes you better, though, is being self-aware, that introspection, always beating yourself up about your work. I mean, you're the same way in business. I am, too. Like, I'm never satisfied with my work or what I do. Yeah, for sure. And that's the only advice that I would give to like people that were thinking about doing comedy now, aside from just maybe wear a mask. Maybe that advice number one. And the other one is just don't do it alone, because it's hard to keep yourself accountable. Yeah. If you really want to do it, if you're doing it by yourself, but if you're doing it with a friend and you know that he's trying hard too, it's going to put it into you to go.
I have the same advice about sex.
Don't do it alone.